What is going on, you guys? Welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be going over Zapier and how you can actually use Zapier to interact with high level. This isn't required, especially if you are a beginner when it comes to high level and using high level, because you already have all the tools needed to be successful as long as you are on the $297 plan or $497 plan. This is a little bit extra, but for those of you that do want to go ahead and leverage this tool as well, this video is for you. In a moment here, we're going to create a Zap, and I can kind of compare that to just an automation within high level, but we're going to create a Zap to have that communicate inside of high level and be able to do certain things that you would not be able to do previously. If that sounds a little bit confusing, don't worry, I'm going to break it down step by step and show you guys exactly what I mean. So let's bounce to high level real quick and go ahead and rename this to test Google Docs. In this workflow and this Zap that I'm going to make here in a minute, I'm basically going to be creating a system for Zapier to communicate with high level to basically automatically fill out a Google document, and you wouldn't really be able to do that otherwise if you were just using high level. I'll be able to set it up in a way where the forms are automatically filled out with the information, and then it kind of populates to a Google Drive and a Google Doc, and essentially your customer or whoever will be able to go ahead, make a copy of that document and save a copy of it for themselves. So for the trigger type, we're going to go ahead and click on form submitted. I always use forms. I assume you guys always use forms. It's the easiest way to capture information. So like usual, we're going to click on form is, and then we're going to click on this one right here, which is the Google Docs form. Here guys, we're going to click on save trigger. So this essentially, for you guys that are new to high level, pretty much this trigger and this automation I'm going to build out here in a second is going to be started once someone goes ahead and submits that form. That would be on a landing page or a lead magnet of some sort if you were building out a normal automation, but today's is going to be a little bit different because we are going to be building the automation here on Zapier. And there we go. Let's go ahead and rename that. And here we go. We have the first step, which is the trigger. This is pretty equivalent to what's on high level, and you're just going to be typing in the webhooks. And webhooks is pretty much how Zapier is going to be communicating with high level. I don't really know any other way to explain it like that, because in a minute here you're going to be getting a link that's going to plug into high level, and I'm going to show you that in a minute here. I just want to go ahead and set this up. We are going to click on catch hook, which is the information we want to capture, which is their name, email, and their phone number perhaps. So let's go ahead and click on continue next. But this is the URL I'm talking about. Now we have to go to high level and type up webhook. So this is, we're gonna click on post, keep it at post. I always keep it at post. I've never experimented honestly with get. So we're literally gonna paste it in here, and then we're gonna click on save action. So essentially what I just did is whenever this form is submitted, it's gonna go down to webhook and then shoot over to Zapier and then go through this entire Zap or entire automation, if I were to call it that. And real quick guys, when you do try and test the trigger here, it is not going to work because basically it's testing the entire system, and for it to actually work in the test, someone actually has to go through and fill out this form and be actually in the system. Right now when we're testing it just as it's being built, it's not going to find anyone because there's been no information that's actually entered the entire automation. So we are going to click on continue to next step. We're going to go ahead and type on Google Docs, and now right here, as you guys can see, it's required to click on an event. So essentially this is what's going to happen whenever someone falls into this automation or Zap, however you want to word it or call it. Essentially what is going to happen in a Google Doc when someone does this. So we can create a new document from a template, upload a document, but for this situation I am going to be choosing one where we would be creating a document, whether it's from a template or from scratch. For this example, we're just going to go ahead and go with from scratch, and here we do have to go ahead and sign in. Now once you guys do go ahead and grant access to your Google account to connect with Zapier here, you're going to see that your account has been chosen, it's been picked, and we're going to click on continue. Now setup action, this is going to be the document name. So obviously we don't have a template, we don't have anything like that because we've never used it before. If you did have a template, obviously you would go to the event and click on create a document from a template, and then you would select the template from your Google Drive account. But in this case we don't have one. So here let's go ahead and type test Google, and then we don't have any matches obviously because no one has gone through in this automation yet. And I almost forgot to mention as well, how do you auto populate some of the information to automatically fill out their name, email, number, whatever you want to populate pretty much. When you actually have matches showing up and records showing up, how would you even do that, right? Well, you need to have someone actually go through this form and enter their information, and then once they submit the form, it would auto-populate through this entire Zap pretty much, or automation. And then you would go ahead and refresh it, and then you would click here, and then you would actually find their information. And then you would go back up to the first step up here in the first place, go to test trigger, and then you would test it again or retest it, and then you would get a request, and the information would actually be there. This test here is test request A. This is its cap pretty much. It's basically saying that there's no information coming back because obviously I didn't test this form and get any information to come through. But when you guys actually do have someone go through that form, like I said, their information will show up here. You'll basically be able to auto-populate contact information for anyone who goes through the form in the future. Like, it won't be just their name. Like, say for example, someone named Brian goes through this form, right? If you go to auto-populate any future documents here, it wouldn't say Brian. It would just say name, like in like brackets. So for anyone that goes through this in the future, they would be able to get their own customized Google Doc pretty much. I just wanted to mention that as well because you guys might be confused as to why no one's showing up here, but that's the reason. Now let's go ahead and test the action. And there we go. I'm gonna blur out some of these links, but it does appear that the Zap did work. Let's go ahead to Google and check Google Drive to see if it's there. And there we go. This is the Zap that was just created and sent to my Google Drive account and Google Docs account. It's got all the information I typed up. But guys, I hope you did learn something new in today's video, how you can actually integrate Zapier with HighLevel to actually build automatic Google templates and Google Docs to literally anything of your liking. And like I said, this was the bare bones minimum of what you can actually do. I just wanted to keep it quick. And guys, of course, like usual, my own private network, Outlier agencies of only high-level users. I still have spots open at the time of this recording. So guys, make sure to join. You get access to my 30-day extended free trial. You get an entire free course from A to Z, how to set everything up with HighLevel, even if you're a new or an existing agency owner, as well as being able to text me one-on-one and access to a private Discord. And you guys get access to my templates and my snapshots. But once again, it is all free. All you got to do is start the 30-day free trial. And then once you do that, you're going to be actually sent to you're gonna get an automatic email, which is actually one of my own Zaps that I have to automatically follow up with you after you sign up through the affiliate link here. But I really do enjoy learning this stuff and also telling you guys about it because this is how we stand out from the regular agency model. A lot of people are still using the traditional system, SMMA, and people are using all these different crazy 10 plus softwares to use to run their agency with a $2,000 monthly recurring bill with all these softwares. But nah, over here at HighLevel, we can literally be spending as cheap as $297 a month and having access to all these tools before even jumping into Zapier or anything like that. But guys, I really hope you enjoyed today's video and learned something new. Like I said, of course, you can always add a separate step after this webhook, but like I said, I was keeping it real basic just to show you guys the exact system and exact way to build certain things out. But guys, that's going to be the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you in the next one.